Well, greetings, my dear friends and fellow patriots. You freaking basket of deplorables, all you chumps out there. You know, that's a new term that Joe Biden calls us deplorables. We're now chumps as well. So I'm a deplorable chump, and I hope you are too. But God bless you wherever you are in this beautiful planet. It is Sunday afternoon, the first day of November in the year of our Lord 2020. It is about 2:30 p.m. in the Boise, Idaho area, the Treasure Valley. I'm out here on Highway 84 West, headed towards Oregon with these 80 mile an hour speed limits, and I just decided to get out here on the road. This is what I love doing best, is driving in my car, because on the very back, I don't know if you can see my back window or not, but right up there across the back window, it's got a hashtag Save the Children. And then on my bumper, on my white bumper, I got a big red letters that says QAnonsentme.com. And then over on the right, on my trunk, real nicely placed, I've got a blue Trump sticker. And then, of course, I've got my license plates, which are USMC 04, and I got a big Marine Corps emblem on my plate. So it's like I'm doing a little advertising, you know, when I get out here on the road. And there's not many days when I'm in Boise that goes by that I don't spend at least an hour out here on this freeway. This is such a highly trafficked interstate freeway that we get tons of cars passing through this area from all over the country. And so it's a great way for me to advertise, and you know, who knows, maybe just one of them people will go there, see my YouTube channel, and subscribe, and maybe get a little educated. You never know. But look, I gotta apologize to everybody. My main YouTube account is still up and running, but I cannot upload any videos to that account for the unforeseeable future. YouTube has put me in YouTube prison for community violations. What they are, I have no idea. I don't know what I've done wrong. They never sent me an email. Just every time I go to upload, it says too many strikes, you cannot upload at this time. So that's kind of reassuring when it says at this time, because I think they're going to give me my upload capabilities back after the election. I doubt very seriously I'll be able to do anything there between now and Tuesday, okay? But I'm going to post this video on my secondary YouTube account, which is what I set up initially for my daily choice business. I don't know how many of you know. I know I've got a lot of new people watching my videos now, so I'm hoping that this video will get over to my retiredmarinesoundsoff.com audience, so you know that I'm up and at least publishing some videos, because I got a tremendous amount of information I need to share with everybody on this video. So if you're seeing this on Facebook, Twitter, you know, one of my other platforms, please let anybody else that you know of that watches my Retired Marine Sounds Off channel, let them know that I'm temporarily over here on my HempWorx, my daily choice channel, just so I can get the words out. At least it's a platform I can send it out, in the hopes that many of you who watch me on my main channel will see this, okay? I hope that makes sense to you. But anyway, I've missed getting on here and talking to everybody. There's been so much going down. I mean, can you believe we're one day away? Here we are, November the 1st. Tomorrow's the 2nd, and then Tuesday is the 3rd. I have decided not to do the early voting. I am going to my precinct early morning on Tuesday. I'll stand in the line. I'll stand in the cold. It's been getting a little cooler out here in the Boise area. It's currently 60 degrees. I've got on a sweatshirt, but it's an absolutely gorgeous day. The sun is shining bright, and I'm just cruising down the freeway doing what I love, and that's being out here in nature, driving my little souped up Honda. But every day, like I said, it's therapy for me. I like to get out here on the freeway, crank up my country, my modern day country, my hard rock and roll, and just cruise. It just does my heart good, makes me feel good that people are seeing my website. Don't much like driving after dark. Not that I can't do it. It's just that, I'd rather spend the light hours out here mingling with the people, trying to do a little marketing of the QAnon sent me. You're damn right QAnon sent me. QAnon sent you too, if you're a truth seeker. But friends, let me tell you something about this election real quick. Yes, it's going to be a landslide, but we do not, and we can never have enough votes. So please, I don't want any of you out there that think that, I don't need to go vote because President Trump's got it in the bag. Nothing could be further from the truth. We know for a fact that the demons are going to cheat, but we want to win by such a landslide that the numbers don't even matter. We might even win California. What we've seen in Oregon and Washington State, those have been predominantly red states, blue states, but who says they can't flip to red? In Arizona yesterday, there were 96 miles of MAGA supporters lined up on the side of the highway. The film crew started and they had to drive 96 miles of nothing but MAGA vehicles with flags in a line. Are you kidding me? Listen, I had the privilege over the last several weeks, I got to attend 4 President Trump rallies in the state of Florida and 1 Donald J. Trump Jr. event, and they were all unbelievable. The number of people, the faithful patriots. Friends, if you ever feel like you're alone, you need to realize that we the people, where we go one, we go all. We're together in this. The world is awakening. Look what's going on in France. The French people are fleeing like crazy to get out of the country before the lockdown. The French government has turned the once beautiful country of France over to the Muslims. Listen, I don't talk about the Muslims a lot. I know a lot that I don't talk about. I don't want to continue to stir that bucket, but it's imperative that everybody understand that there are over 500 jihadi Muslims running for public office in the United States of America on Tuesday. Be aware, voters, if you see a Muslim on the ballot, look, just vote a straight Republican red ticket to be safe. But even then, you've got to be careful. There's always the wolves in sheep's clothing. President Trump recently in one of his Florida rallies, he said that the rhinos, the Republicans in name only, are in some cases the worst of the worst. So you got to beware of those, people trying to deceive. But I'm here to tell you, we have to all, every single one, go vote, pick up somebody, take them to the polling station, whatever you've got to do. But it's an all hands on deck. We've got 1 day left to grab those last few people we know, educate them, tell them about Joe Biden and how he's a Chinese traitor, tell them about his son, tell them about the laptops and the emails, whatever you've got to do. But we've got massive numbers of former Democrats waking up, hashtag walking away, getting off the plantation. I'm so proud of my African American friends and others, friends of color, for their willingness to, leave the Democratic Party. They realize now that the Democrats like Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Obama's, all they've done is enslave the black people on the plantation with wonderful promises but no delivery. At this time, we've seen what President Trump has done in the last 3.5 years, and we know what he's going to do in the next 4. Now, friends, having said that, I got to tell y'all something. Many people wonder where I've been, wonder what I've been up to. Well, I got to tell you something. I've got something in the works that's so amazing. It's so big. It's very confidential. I am not at liberty to discuss it at all, but I am fully confident that it is going to come to fruition. It's going to happen, and it's going to affect the lives of a lot of military, retired and active, well, not so much active duty, but more your veterans and retired military. It's going to be something so shocking that President Trump is going to announce it. He's all about the veterans. He's all about the military. And I'm in the process of educating him about something that occurred in the military that affected literally thousands of veterans. And they have been, every time they have tried to bring this to the public's attention, they've either been murdered, they've been silenced, and it's time for these military members to get their just due. And it's going to be powerful. And, you may see me somewhere up in D.C. talking to some folks. You never know. But that thing there is, I'm getting real close to seeing some action taken on it. And I really regret I can't tell you more. But you'll just be glad I kept it secret until the time was right, when you understand the impact and why I can't say anything about it at this time. Now, my plan B, I will tell you in advance my plan B. That is, if this first plan does not work out, I'm going to very quickly resort to plan B, but I'm going to go ahead and start making some plans for plan B now in the event that the other doesn't take place. I am going to I have the intention to run for governor of the state of Idaho. Now, when I have looked around the country at some of these freaking governors, like in Michigan, what I mentioned the other day on a Facebook video, not a video, it was a Facebook post that I had made up my mind to run for governor of Idaho in 2022, there was an outpouring of support. Several prominent businessmen had met with me earlier, which prompted me, in Boise area, we met for about an hour, and they fully endorsed me and said they want to see me do this. And they said, Steve, it's easy to talk, but you've always seemed to walk the walk on your videos and that. And both of these guys are big, they like watching my videos on YouTube. But, I've been silenced by YouTube over the last 9 days. And every time I go to upload, they say too many strikes. You cannot upload at this time. So that's why I've resorted on YouTube to plan B. Now, I've had friends say, Steve, you need to go to alternative sites. Well, I do have one alternative. Now, of course, I'm on Parler, and I highly recommend all of you watching this, if you have not yet gotten your free Parler account, it is a platform, a social media platform that all of the patriots are gravitating to. Dan Bongino, who most of you know, has a great podcast. He is bought into Parler, so he's one of their investors, and he's promoting it a lot, and I like it. I think it's a pretty good site. So Parler, go there, get you a parlor site, and start getting friends, just like Twitter. Parlor is really an alternative to Twitter. Now, thank God I still have my Twitter account. I'm shadow banned like all the other patriots, probably more so than most, because I have almost 75,000 followers on Twitter. My Twitter account used to be very prominent because of the number of followers, but I've been put in that shadow ban category, and so the only people that see my tweets are those that go directly to my account. And just as I get ready to hit 75,000 followers, old Jack and whoever's in control over there knocks me down about another 1,000. So they take away 1,000 of my followers, knock me down to about 74, and then I start all over again, my climb to the next 1,000. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. I would never have believed that something like this was possible in the home of the free and the land of the brave. You know, I never thought I'd see it. And so I have been actually one of the most outspoken proponents of the First Amendment. I'm against censorship in all areas. I believe in the freedom of speech, but because people have taken it away, I'm even more of a believer in the Second Amendment. And friends, you know, I've had a lot of folks reach out and say, Steve, you've got to do an updated video. You've got to tell the folks out here, you got to tell those of us that have been watching you for a long time, we really need an update. We need a dose of reality. We need some of your gold nuggets. We need you to, you know, pull back the veil and let us know what's going on. Well, let me say one thing to you, friends. And I'm just prompted to tell you this, okay? And I know many of you don't understand. There's a lot of things many of you don't understand because we're all at different levels of understanding. And for the last 3.5, going on almost 4 years now, since I've had this video platform, and I want to thank YouTube and Google, you know, they've allowed me this opportunity, and I really hope I can get back to my retired Marine site, you know, that's got almost 50,000 subscribers. I've had almost 7 million views on my videos over the last 3.5 plus years. And the only reason I have continued to do what I do on my YouTube channel is because of you. I know who you are. I've created a profile. You know, many of you have heard my stories about my time at Quantico with Marine Security Guard Battalion, but for the sake of the new people who have recently joined, and I know I got a lot of new people, and just by virtue of using this secondary account temporarily, I'll bring on even more new people, because there's people that have subscribed to this channel because of HempWorx or GoFounders, you know, OnPassive, or maybe, you know, the bump card, any matter of things, because I'm an entrepreneur. You know, when I retired from the military over 20 years ago, my goal was to work from home to make money on the internet, and that's what I've done. I've been a, you know, work for myself entrepreneur for 20 years. I toyed around with several different businesses when I first got out of the military, but I didn't like it. I had an amazing business, but it was like running an adult daycare center. Just trying to keep up with the employees, and the crazy shit they were doing was just too much. And I said, you know, I want more time, freedom, so I resorted back to the internet marketing, and that's what I've continued to do to this day. And, you know, there's a program I'm involved in. I mentioned it earlier, GoFounders OnPassive. You know, they just went over like 250,000 GoFounders. That's 250,000 people. And I joined this thing about 2 years ago, and I've been with them ever since. And a lot of my friends who've joined with me got frustrated and said, Steve, I think this thing is a scam. I don't think it's going to ever launch. And I told them, I said, listen, just hang in there. You only paid $100 to grab one of these coveted founder positions. And, then COVID, we were set to launch, and my friend Ash Mufareh was going to do his thing and launch this thing worldwide. And then COVID-19 came along, and whether it be real or not, that's irrelevant because it affected a lot of our internet engineers over in Mumbai, India, which is where half of our company's located. Ash and his team are located in Orlando, Florida. And I was just down in the Orlando area for a few days not long ago, and I almost contacted Ash, but I decided, no, I'll just wait till we launch, and then I'll really spend some time with him. But I can assure all of you who did join with me in that program, you did the right thing. So you don't want to get out of it and lose your coveted. Timing is everything, and you're so well positioned if you came in with me that you don't want to go in and cancel your account for silly $99. Okay, you want to stick with this one because it's going to be a huge payoff. Remember, I said I'm an internet marketer. I was at a meeting with Ash Mufareh about 15, 16 years ago in Atlanta. I know who this guy is. He's the real deal. So you doubting Thomases out there, you need to, get with the program. And if you have not yet joined as a GoFounder, you have a very short time left because we are going to launch very soon. So if you'd like to get involved and join my team, go to 24hourpaychecks.com. That's 24, the number 24, 24hour, HOUR, 24hourpaychecks.com. Grab a spot. Now, lastly, if you're not part of the exploding hemp revolution, you might want to check that out too. I'm not going to give you a sales pitch. I'm going to give you a website, and you'll either go there and check it out or you won't. I don't drag people across the goal line. I don't twist people's arms. I've always been the kind of guy, I like looking for intelligent, open-minded people that know how to analyze facts. I'm looking for people that like solving puzzles. You like connecting dots. You really like a 35,000-foot view. You want to see the big picture, but at the same time, tell me about down in the weeds, Steve. What's this thing like down around when you're cutting through all the BS and the minutia? What do you got your hands on here? Well, I'll tell you that my daily choice, HempWorx, is the closest to perfection in a business that I've ever seen. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but if you'd like to create a plan B in your life, a financial plan B where you can really make a significant amount of money working from your computer at home, then you need to go to endlesspaychecks.com. No, that first one was 24-hour paychecks. This one is endless paychecks. ENDLESS, endless paychecks, PAYCHECKS.com. Why do I say 24-hour paychecks and endless paychecks? Because I'm one of these people, I like money. I like making money while I'm sleeping. Are you the kind of person that would like to go to bed at night and wake up the next morning and have more money in your account than the night before? Well, that's what HempWorx and my daily choice has done for me. If that's something that interests you, now look, everybody that knows me knows I walk the walk and talk the talk. When I joined my daily choice, HempWorx, I haven't told this story for a long time, and I think it's worthy of retelling because of my new people that are watching, okay? When I joined my daily choice on the 4th day of January 2019, I decided I was going to really reach out and share this with a lot of my friends, because I had discovered the company over 6 months earlier. But they had, and what I was really interested in was their CBD product. HempWorx has the purest, most incredible CBD product in the world, and I'll put that up against anybody. But anyway, so I found the company, but CBD wasn't completely legal in all 50 states, and I had already decided that even though I liked what I was reading about the product, I wasn't going to dare join until it was legal in all 50 states. So I didn't tell anybody when I discovered HempWorx about it on my videos, but I said to my viewers, I said, I've been researching this CBD stuff for quite a while now, looking into solutions that might help, veterans get over PTSD and, some of the problems they're having getting off of opioids. Well, I had read several reports I watched several videos on YouTube where it was being said that CBD oil, high quality CBD oil, was helping veterans get off of opioids. And so that research led me to discover HempWorx in my daily choice. And one of the people I found on YouTube was Barbara Miller and the Success Team. Now, Barb Miller has one of the most successful groups in my daily choice, and I used to watch her videos. And when it finally came time that I was ready to join, January 4th, 2019, I said to myself, because I didn't have anybody that had solicited me or reached out to me to join their team, I said to myself, who do I want to sign up with? Well, I know from past experience that success breeds success. So I knew Barb Miller was a success. I liked her style. I liked her videos. So I had sort of quasi-decided that I was going to sign up with Barbara. But then the closer I got, I thought, that would probably be the best thing for me personally, because I could, Barbara's probably got 2 power legs, so I would, get in one of Barbara's power legs, which would mean that I really wouldn't have to build more than one leg, because I could rest off the spillover coming into that power leg. And then finally, the night before, on the 3rd of January, I went in my room and I burned a candle. I did this old Himalayan Buddhist monk technique where I like lighting a candle and sitting on the side of the bed and staring at the upper flicker of the light. You stare at it as long as you can. And when it becomes painful, you blow it out, lay back in your bed, and focus on that big red circle that's going to appear in your mind's eye, and you focus all of your concentration, your desires, your wants, your reasons for wanting the things that you desire. You focus on it and just pray about it and then let it go. Practice the Indian technique of Dharma, which basically is let go, let God. Faith precedes a miracle. If you want something, if you need something, if you want to help a large number of people, which, Jesus always admonished us to pray for our individual needs, but also to pray collectively, where we go one, we go all kind of thing. And so that's what, we want to try to do as we move through this journey of life. But friends, I don't have a script today, and I'm out here. I went past Ontario, Oregon. I'm actually headed out towards, I don't even know, maybe towards Baker City or something, 84 West. But I'm going to find me a good turnoff and go ahead and take it and turn around and head back towards Boise. But I can't tell you what an absolutely gorgeous day it is out here in the high desert. I don't know how much of the scenery or the surroundings you can see in this video, but that's okay, as long as you can understand the energy and the words coming out of my mouth. Because again, for the new folks, it has a frequency. Truth has a certain frequency vibration, and if you and I are on a similar wavelength or frequency, if we're on the same sheet of music, so to speak, then the words that I'm transmitting, you'll receive as truth. And then once you receive this information, digest it, and understand it, then it's your obligation to share it with others. It's the pay it forward concept. You know, I'm really big into pay it forward. You know, I have a thing with my HempWorx, my daily choice company, where I have an account. And if I've had several veterans come to me and say, Steve, I would really like to try that CBD oil. I think it might help with my PTSD, but I just can't afford it. And you know, I can tell when the people are real or not. But never, I don't judge people. So if I can, I reach out and I say, okay, Bob, well, send me all your information and I'll send you a free bottle. And then, you know, if you desire, you want to keep using it, then let me know and I'll try to get it to you. Or if you want to order it yourself, you know, whatever. And back over the months, I've been giving away a lot of the CBD. I want to get back to doing that again, but with COVID and everything's been so damn topsy-turvy. I'm just now trying to get it all sorted out. But it's HempWorx and my daily choice is the future. It's my future. So getting back to my story, so the night before the 4th of January 2019, after burning the candle and doing my meditation, I went into my prayers and I said, Dear God, I said, tomorrow I'm going to sign up for my daily choice HempWorx. I really like this CBD oil and I want to become an affiliate so I can share it with other people and hopefully help change their lives for the better. And, you know, I've been looking at Barb Miller's site, but I want to help more people. So what I want you to do is guide me to who my sponsor should be, my direct sponsor, because that's going to affect a lot of people, because that person who sponsors me has a sponsor who has a sponsor, and God knows how far down from the top I'm going to be. But I just want to be in a position where I, Steve Motley, can help the most number of people. And so I went to bed that night with that prayer in my heart and slept like a damn baby. Got up the next morning, you know, grabbed me a cup of Joe, stumbled my way to my office, which is straight down the hall. I got my bedroom, I got my bathroom with my shower and my sink, and then I got my office. That's all on one side of the house, right? All right, so I stumbled down to the office, get on the computer, and I have different, I don't really have a set routine of where I go first, but somewhere along the line, in the first things that I do when I go online is I go to Twitter, I go to Facebook, and I usually just looking around first to see what's going on. And then sometime I get over to Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And I apologize, friends, I'm not real good at responding back to a lot of things. I'm a one-trick pony, and a lot of times I feel overwhelmed. I mean, I love hearing from all you wonderful souls, and that's why, you know, if I was a superhero, I would like to be the Holy Ghost. I would like to be in all these different places at one time and answer all your emails and text messages and phone calls. God bless all of you that reach out. But right now, I just need some help. And there's going to come a time in the near future, where one of the things I've decided upon is I need to have my own studio, recording studio, both for my videos and my future podcast. Okay, and I don't need anything elaborate like Alex Jones and InfoWars, but I do want a studio to the degree where it can, the back, all the scenes behind me and stuff can change, and I can just have a real nice feel to it. It maybe have a crew of 4 or 5 people, something like that. And I don't really want to, I want it with the modern technology. I think I can grow that about as big as I need to, but at the same time, not to the point where I'm going to have to continually take on more and more people to support my studio broadcasting efforts, you know what I mean? But I swear to you, the podcast is coming every day. I'm getting a little bit closer. I've been talking to some pros, and I'm making progress. That's all I can tell you. But when you're doing it mostly by yourself with the help of a few anons, God bless them, bless your souls, all you volunteers that have reached out to me over the years and helped me out with various things. I couldn't have done it without you, and I do appreciate you, but I'm hoping to streamline the whole process and make it better and better. And then that, coupled with the things I'm currently working on, are pretty amazing. But that's pretty much the genesis of how I got started in doing what I'm doing. I've been at it for about 3.5 years now. I hope to continue it. I have no desire to actually stop doing it. And, as long as I can make a difference. And, at this point, I've received far too many emails and text messages to doubt that I'm making somewhat of a difference, And if it's only a little bit, then so be it. But if it turns out being more than that, then God bless America. And I've encouraged a lot of people since I started my YouTube to do the same. And I think about one of the more recent patriots that's decided to put their hat in the ring is Dee Gruenwald. And Dee has created her own YouTube channel. You can find it by going to DeeDeeSpeaksTruth.com. But, she called me the other day and said, Steve, I had a wake-up call. And I said, what do you mean? She said, well, I've had like what you would refer to as an epiphany. And I said, oh yeah, what is that? She said, for several days, she said, I was going to do a video on Friday, this past Friday, and I was all set to do it, but God intervened and told me to wait. And I said, okay. And then, so what did you do? Did you do it the next day? She said, no. I was going to do it on Saturday, and she said, I just felt like I needed to wait one more day. So I don't really know when she's going to do her next video, but she said that she had come to the realization that she had to quit sugarcoating everything and making it sound like all is well, because all is not well. And I'm sure most of you are feeling that in your heart and soul, and knowing that, these are some perilous times, but we're going to win. God wins. We're going to come out of this in good shape, but we may have to go through some trials and tribulations before we get there. Well, the thing I do know about Dee is she's an intensive researcher, and she took her first red pill over 20 years ago. So she's actually been at this truth-seeking movement longer than myself and many of you watching this. And even though her YouTube channel hasn't gained a lot of traction, I'm here to tell you that it's about to. So I want all of you patriots to check out her site. If you like what you need to watch her latest video. I don't know if she's published it yet. I don't know when she's going to publish it, but look, keep checking her site, and when you see her next video, watch it, because she's going to refrain from holding back. She's going to start telling it like it is, and I think all of you will be well served bookmarking or subscribing to her channel, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. But I would support any of you who have created your own channels, whatever you're doing to get the word out and to educate our fellow men. It's not going to be over with the landslide victory of President Trump. What will be over is the careers of people like A.G. Barr and Christopher Wray and Gina Haspel and some Mark Esper, the Secretary of Defense. These people have to go, and I hope and pray the president fires them Tuesday night or Wednesday morning at the latest. That's what I've called for, but who am I? I'm just a lone wolf out here crying in the wilderness, hopefully, or hoping that some smart, intelligent human being might stumble into my channel, which is what happened with many of you. But those of you that did stumble in, do you really sincerely believe that you did so by chance? Do you believe in coincidence? Or do you believe that everything happens for a reason? Well, friends, I can tell you that as somebody that's 64 years old, a retired Marine, a grandpa to 9 grandchildren, and I just found out last night at the family Halloween party that I've got number 10 on the way. Jessica White, my oldest daughter, she and her husband Nick and their 2 beautiful daughters, Blake and Wesley, are expecting a new member of their family, which is due somewhere around May. I don't have any dates, but I'm terribly excited. I realized I don't think I have any grandchildren or children that have a May birthday. So I'm kind of, I get excited about crazy things. I'm not like most people, but I'm pretty jazzed about the idea of having a new grandbaby born in May, okay? But so that's exciting news. It's really fun to watch how these families grow, We had 5 kids. We actually had 6 children. Jared Stephen died, at one day or something. And, I was in Okinawa at the time, and I was just talking about this the other day. I was at the 31st MU, the Marine Expeditionary Unit, and I was working for Colonel Petronzio, an Italian guy from Boston. Wonderful soul, and I was over there. Our Sergeant Major was Sergeant Major McMichael, and he and I had been not teammates, but we had played against each other at Quantico in football and basketball. And so when I got back to Okinawa and he found out that I was at the MEF, I was at the Marine Expeditionary Force at Camp Courtney, Sergeant Major McMichael told Colonel Petronzio that I was at the MEF and my talents were being wasted. So next thing I knew, I had orders to the 31st MU, and I absolutely loved working there with my old buddy Sergeant Major McMichael. We traveled all around Asia playing intramural sports against the Singaporeans and the Filipinos, and you name it, man. We had the best time ever. But anyway, not sure why I brought that story. Oh, because that's where Jared Stephen passed away. And so the colonel gave us leave, and we went back to Oregon. We flew the little baby's body. We had they gave us a little baby casket, and we put his little body in there and flew him back to Portland, Oregon, where I performed a graveside service. See, I was a Mormon back then, and Mormon elders can do all kinds of cool stuff, like doing funerals. I've done a lot of funerals. I've dedicated graves. I've done a lot of things in the Mormon church, and I have no regrets about any of that. I still got a lot of Mormon friends, and I hope those that are still part of the Mormon church, I hope they don't ever, as time goes on, long after I pass over to the other side of the veil, I hope any of my posterity that may be watching these videos, I hope nobody takes offense that Grandpa Steve educated himself out of the Latter-day Saint religion. That's what, when I first left the Mormon church, everybody's known that, Uncle Steve was always a little smarter than the average Joe. And so when I left the church, it sent kind of a shock wave, not only through the family, but also through the church. There was a lot of big shots in the church that knew who I was and some of the things I had done in the church. When I was on my mission, all the young guys, they'd go away on a Mormon missionary program for a couple years. Well, and you never know where you're going to go, right? You just put your paperwork in. Now you have to take a language aptitude test. So I took it, and apparently I scored pretty good on it, because when my paperwork came back, I got orders, or I got my calling to Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland. Well, needless to say, I'm a geography kind of guy. I knew immediately where Switzerland was. I knew about the country and all, so I was very happy. And so before I went over there, they sent me to a intensive language school for 2 months at Brigham Young University called the Language Training Center. And I'll never forget, when we were going through there was a whole team of military guys from Monterey, California. And Monterey is the home of the DLI, the Defense Language Institute, which I almost have. I have a lot of cool stuff that's happened in my life. I was like Forrest Gump. So many of the times I was in the right place at the right time. But there were other times that I felt like I was in the right place at the right time, but yet it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And I'll give you a case in point. I'm at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I'm a first lieutenant. I'm a senior first lieutenant. And I applied for this program called the Funded Law Program. And, I was always trying to better myself and, get into special programs. And I figured, hey, if the Marine Corps is going to offer it, then I'm going to try to get it. And if I get it, fine. If I don't, then, I gave it the old college try. Well, I was hell-bent on getting into this program, because if I got it, the Marine Corps would send me off to law school for 3 years. The whole time in law school, I would be making time and grade. So let's say that I made the program, I'd be in law school when I got promoted to captain. And then, coming out of law school, I'd be a captain with maybe 2.5 years time and grade towards the rank of major, right? All right, so I've applied for this program. I had this incredible lieutenant colonel who was over me. His name was Bill Broadway, and I was with 10th Marines, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And get this, Bill had been in law school when Vietnam got crazy, and he decided to drop out of law school and join the Marine Corps officer program. So that's what he did. He became an artillery officer. And so he was the battalion commander of the 1st Battalion, 10th Marines, which was an artillery unit. And I got to tell you, friends, I was treated so good by the artillery guys during the time I was assigned to them that it was crazy. And, I went up for an augmentation board, which, doesn't make any difference what that's all about. But I ended up number 1 out of my entire 10th Marine Regiment. I was the number 1 officer in running for augmentation, and I got it. Basically what it means is up until I got augmented, I was a reserve officer, meaning I had an obligation of 6 years, and at the end of that 6 years, if I didn't get picked up or augmented into the real Marine Corps, I'd have to get out. Well, so that was a big hurdle for a lot of the young Marine Corps officers, is you either got augmented or they kick your ass out after 6 years. So I got augmented, being rated #1 in the regiment. You know, these are all, anybody can fact check me that wants to. Anybody out there that served with me, like I think Sergeant Major McMichael may watch my video. Somebody told me he did. Now, when McMichael left the 31st MEU, where we were together for, you know, a couple years, it seemed like, he went on to become the Sergeant Major of the entire Marine Corps. Look him up. Go to Google and look up Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps McMichael, and you'll see the guy I'm talking about. But he knows me well, and you know, I worked for generals. I was telling somebody one, you know, again, I was having a conversation not long ago, and somebody said to me, they said, Steve, you know, if you had stayed in the military, I bet you would have made general. Well, you know, I don't want to boast or brag, and I really don't like woulda, coulda, shouldas, but I had a general as a reviewing officer on one of my fitness reports, and he made a comment on my fitness report or my evaluation that a Colonel, well, it was Colonel Petronzio, the MEU commander, who told me after looking at my record, because he had to do some research about me about something, and he found this fitness report where this general had said in the report, he said, Captain Motley is one of the few actual water walkers in the Marine Corps. You know, and I'd never heard anything crazy like, you know, what the hell does that mean? I mean, I don't know, but I know that the only water walker on planet Earth was Jesus Christ. Now, I'm not stupid enough to think that the general was comparing me to Jesus Christ, but what he was saying was, when it comes to Marine captains, you know, this guy is a real cut above. Well, I wonder if, having served for 3.5 months as a captain in a full bird colonel's position, I would think that had something to do with the evaluation he gave me. And the only way that a one-star, no, see, I don't know if he was a 1 or 2. I know the general, I won't mention any names, but he went on to become a 3-star general, and he was very instrumental in the creation of the beautiful Marine Corps Museum, which sits outside Quantico, okay? But anyway, I'm in the process of trying to work some magic with the Marine Corps that's never been done before. I don't know that it has ever been attempted before, but I do know that it has never been a time in history like what we're witnessing right now. And so I'm of the belief that anything that can be believed can be conceived. You know, I believe that if you think something is impossible, just sit back on the couch here and watch me do it. Well, I'm attempting to do something right now that, like I said, has never been done before. But I feel like the stars are aligned. We are at a place in history where some things need to be done. Man, if I could tell you what I'm working on, you would be very happy about this. And again, this has to do, well, it's so multifaceted that it has to do with everybody watching this video. But in the first line, it has to do with our veterans. And for so many years, our veterans were not being properly taken care of. Now, that doesn't mean just medically. We know that the VA medical system was extremely screwed up. We knew that there were veterans that died waiting to receive care. And we know that the Veterans Administration, a survey among the veterans, gave a 90% approval rate of President Trump's handling of the VA problems, which he inherited when he took over on January 20th, 2017. Now, friends, let me shift gears right here and talk about something that is critically important. For years now, I've been encouraging all of my listeners to stock up on food, water, guns, ammunition, and that. If you have not bought your guns and ammunitions, if you don't have a waiting period, you could possibly go in tomorrow and get what you need. Now, I recently bought an amazing Smith & Wesson AR-15 at a place down in Ormond Beach, Florida, called the Gun Exchange. It's one of the most amazing gun stores I've ever been in. However, yesterday, here in the Boise area, I went into two gun stores that rival the one I was in Florida. So the word to the wise on that is, don't be too quick to judge. Look around, study, do your research. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the Gun Exchange in Ormond Beach, Florida. If any of you are ever in that area, you must check out the Gun Exchange in Ormond Beach. It's an absolute must, okay? But I bought an AR-15 Smith & Wesson with hard sights, and I bought me a really nice 9mm pistol. I couldn't refuse. It was a great pistol for a great price. And then I had those weapons shipped to Meridian, Idaho. And I had to locate a gun dealer. And then the two gun shops, the one in Florida and the one in Idaho, they communicate, because I paid a processing fee of $40 in Florida for them to ship it. That was $40 for everything, the processing fee and the shipping fee by UPS. So I go to the gun store yesterday in Meridian to pick up my guns. The gun store had me sit down on a computer and fill out a questionnaire that directly went into the federal gun registry, all that stuff. And a few minutes later, I got approved. I paid $40 processing fee and walked out with my AR-15 and my new 9mm. Hey, you gun people out there, I want you to if you're looking for a nice little holster, for your concealed carry, go to your gun shops and ask if they have what's called a sticky, S-T-I-C-K-Y, sticky holster. I'll show you what it looks like. This right here is a sticky holster. See my 9mm sticking out of it? Anyway, it's kind of sticky. It's made out of a really neat fabric. But with this, you can put your pistol down inside your waistband. You can put it right in front, like it's where I like to carry mine. I like to be able to just pull up my sweatshirt, and I got that bad boy, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Some of you prefer to put it on your hip. You can put it on your right hip, your left hip. Some prefer to put it behind your back. But I'm just saying, check it out. It's called a sticky holster. It's one of the coolest inventions I've seen in a long time. And I was practicing last night, drawing mine and doing a double tap, and stuff. And I really like the way it feels. So check it out if you're so inclined. And, those of you that are looking to get a new weapon, just go to the gun store tomorrow or whenever and try them out. Let them, you can touch them, you can feel them, put them in your hands. See how much they weigh, see how they feel, in your particular hand. Don't listen to anybody else. You got to have a weapon that relates and energizes and resonates with you. That weapon has got to become a part of you. And man, I was sitting around last night playing with my AR, and I'm just like a kid in a candy store. I'm so glad I got a 5.56 NATO round. And yesterday I panicked because when I was at the shop picking up my weapons, the guy's name is Dave. I said, Dave, I need, some 5.56. And he said, man, I don't have any. I said, what? He said, I've been sold out for days. I said, well, please tell me somewhere in the valley I can go to get some. He said, Steve, I don't know. He said, I really don't know. Oh, guess what? He's going to install my red dot. I got me a real nice red dot for my AR, and Dave's going to install it tomorrow for free. But he don't know it. He's got to help me with something else. I got a shotgun problem. I got a damn shotgun shell stuck in my Mossberg 590 Intimidator pump. You know what I did? I figured, I was going to go to the range and I was going to put some bird shot in there, because, bird shot's not nearly as expensive as double-aught buck. So when I go to the range to shoot the shotgun, I'll shoot a box and a half of bird shot, just to shoot and do, have fun, but knowing full well that when I go to the 12 gauge double-aught buck, I'm gonna have a hell of a kick, so I just like shooting bird shot to get warmed up for buckshot. Does that make it? Do any of y'all do that? If you do a lot of shotgun shooting, don't waste your damn money on buckshot. Shoot that damn bird. But anyway, I think I put one of the wrong size birdshot shells in, and now I got the damn thing stuck. I've tried about everything I can to get it out. So I'm going to take it over to Dave tomorrow and say, brother, I got a special favor. Can you get this damn birdshot out of my Mossberg? I know I was stupid, but I learned my lesson. I won't ever do it again. And then, I got my trusty 357 Magnum. I just love that damn 357, man. And, I'm carrying it 9mm now. Oh, and one of the reasons I got this particular 9mm is I got 15 in my magazine, okay? I like having those extra rounds if you need them. So I loaded every one of them by hand last night, and I'll tell you, those damn springs, they are so freaking tight until they get a little play in them that my damn hands don't have the strength. My hands are still pretty strong, but after I had that first heart attack, I just lost a lot of my hand strength and usage. So I'm gonna look at getting me a speed loader, but they got these single speed loaders. I don't know, I've never used one, so I don't know how fast they are, but I'd like to be able to, well, then again, the theory is you want to have enough loaded magazines. So I bought a ton of freaking AR magazines. I bought like 4 40-round mags, okay? So that's 160 rounds right there. And then I bought probably, I bought 4 20-round magazines. So I figured that's enough to start with, but I bought 500 rounds total. So I got 500 rounds, but I'm going back tomorrow to make another big purchase, and I will not announce on my videos how many rounds, but I assure you, I'm digging into the kids' inheritance on this, okay? Because like I've preached to all of you, it's better to have the rounds and not need them than to need them and not have them. And I've always told you, how much ammo is enough? Never. You can never, ever have enough ammo. Just like you can't have enough toilet paper and storable foods and water. I'm going out for another big water purchase tomorrow. You know, I got my water filter in place. The Alexa Pure air filter. I got one of those. I got a nice generator. You know, I'm just trying to be armed and dangerous, man. And I walk the walk and talk the talk. If I tell you to do something, you might want to do it. Because just like with my Marines, I used to tell them, I'll never expect you to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself. And so the same thing holds true for my emergency preparation list that I'm giving you and telling you about. But I didn't finish the damn My Daily Choice HempWorx story. So the night before I joined, I did my meditation and I said a prayer. I said, Dear God, I'm going to join this company tomorrow because I want to share this high quality CBD oil with all my friends on YouTube. And so I said, but I decided I'm not going to join up directly with Barb Miller, but rather I want to join with somebody where I can help a lot more people. But at the same time, it would be great if, in the process of doing that, I could land under Barb Miller's group. I would like to be on the success team, if there's any way that could be worked out. So, I say the prayer, get up the next morning, stumble to my office, get on social media. I find myself on Messenger. I had several messages overnight, and one of them was from a lady in Michigan. I love my YouTube viewers from Michigan. I love my YouTube viewers from Ohio. I have a special place in my heart for Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas. Every state in America, I have viewers, and I love and appreciate every one of you. Well, it just so happens that this lady from Michigan happens to send me a message about President Trump. Now, this is a lady that had been watching some of my YouTube videos. And as with a lot of my viewers, she reached out to send me an article that she thought I might be able to use in my videos. I'm always getting articles and news segments and all sorts of stuff from people wanting to share information that they think might be helpful for me in doing my videos. And for all of you good souls out there, God bless you, keep doing it. You will be blessed for it. So anyway, this particular morning, I see this message come in. Well, when I looked at the article that she sent me, I realized that this was somebody that had sent me several previous messages talking about something relative to President Trump or the Patriot movement. And so for the first time, I clicked on her profile. And I'd never seen her profile before, but I was looking around, and lo and behold, somewhere on her profile, I saw a My Daily Choice HempWorx link. So I clicked on it, and lo and behold, I discovered that this lady is a HempWorx affiliate. So I swear to God, I went like this. I said, thank you, dear Lord. because I saw it immediately as a direct answer to my prayer. I'd never questioned it. I didn't care who she was. I didn't care where she was in the structure. I just realized that I was supposed to sign up under this lady. Well, I did that, and I found out that there was another lady in Arkansas who was the sponsor of the lady in Michigan. And then I found out there was a lady in Ohio, in the Cleveland, Ohio area, who had sponsored the lady in Arkansas. And then I found out that there was a doctor in the Cleveland, Ohio area who had sponsored her friend in Cleveland. Or that the lady, okay, so doctor in Cleveland, lady in Cleveland, lady in Arkansas, lady in Michigan, then Steve. But then I found out there's a lady in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, who signed up the doctor in Ohio. And then I found out that the lady in Canada was signed up or sponsored by who? Barb Miller. I prayed and asked that I would end up in Barb Miller's success team. And then I found out that Barb Miller was signed up by who? A lady, a really nice, sweet lady in Las Vegas, Nevada. And who signed up the nice lady in Las Vegas, Nevada? Jenna Schweigel, the co-founder of My Daily Choice HempWorx. Friends, it doesn't get any better than this. If you, along the way, decide to join the motley crew, My Daily Choice HempWorx team, you will have an incredible pedigree. You will have an incredible group of, did you notice? They are all women. Everyone. Michigan, Arkansas, Ohio, Canada, Las Vegas, all women. It's time for you men to stand up. Come join my team, men, and let's make a ton of money together. The hemp industry is positioned to grow 700+% over the next several years. Oh, that's according to Forbes and Fortune magazine. Who are you going to listen to? I'll tell you, I said it before, but My Daily Choice HempWorx is the most perfect company you'll ever see. It's like a fine wine. They keep getting better with age. We are destined for greatness, and the only thing missing is you. Go to my links below, get all your questions answered, and come join my team. You'll be glad you did. Now, with that, friends, I got to get back to the crux and to what's going on Election Day. Nancy Pelosi came out on Friday and said, listen, we have made up our minds that on January 20th, 2021, Biden will be inaugurated as our president. Regardless of what Donald J. Trump says, he will be removed from the White House because right here, right now, on the first day of November, the Democrats have already declared the demonic entity, the global criminal, Joe Biden, as the next president of the United States. Friends, we have learned, I've known for a long time, but many of you have learned in the recent weeks that the Joe Biden family could very well rival the Clinton family and the George W. Bush family as far as criminal syndicate global traitors, okay? It is so damn ugly. But here's the problem. Now listen carefully to me. These Antifa and BLM people, they have been so indoctrinated in the public school system of Seattle, Portland, and other very liberal cities across the country that they are completely brainwashed. Here's how brainwashed they are. They believe that you and I, the patriots, are truly Nazi. And they have been taught that Nazis deserve to be killed. And if and when the insurrection and the Civil War takes place, you Antifa BLM folks, you have carte blanche to kill any Nazi that crosses your path. But what they did not get educated on is that the Nazis, according to them, are in reality, they are the Nazis. We are the constitutional Bill of Rights, American, we the people, citizen, patriots, retired military veterans that are standing by to kick ass and take names if a real civil war starts. So I've been inundated lately by people saying, Steve, okay, I can handle the truth. Tell me what's going to go down. Friends, all I can do is tell you what my intel sources and the Pentagon computer gaming is saying. We have got a large slice of what we refer to as the fog of war. When you're planning an operation, you plan for as many things as you can. You've got contingency plans, plan B, plan C, plan D. But in every plan that you create, there's always that unknown element called the fog of war, which you really can't plan for. And as to what's going to happen on election night or the day after, we really don't know. We believe there's going to be massive rioting. We believe that the blue cities are once again going to get burned to the ground. Now, friends, it's important that I make you aware of an organization called the Orders Project. Write that down, the Orders Project. Now, this group is made up of active duty military, retired military, veterans, and other Democrats that have come together to put the word out to the National Guard, for example, to stand down and not stand up and assist. President Trump has called for the National Guard to activate in all of the blue cities where people are being told to board up your businesses in anticipation of major rioting on election night. But what I'm telling you is you need to be aware of this Orders Project, and you need to write this name down. Army Major Adam DeMarco. Army Major Adam DeMarco. He's a Joe Biden supporter. He's on active duty, and he needs to be arrested and put in handcuffs and taken to Leavenworth immediately, President Trump. Major Adam DeMarco. He is an active duty Army. He's a Democrat. He ran for the Senate in the state of Maryland. He's a very bitter anti-Trumper, and he's calling for the National Guard to stand down. Patriots, you need to spread this video far and wide and let people know they need to hear this. So you got one more day to prepare for what none of us know is going to go down. Call it the fog of war, call it the unknown, call it whatever suits your fancy. But all of my sources are saying prepare for the worst. Now, will the Chinese communists activate here in America? I don't know. But the one thing we have not talked about are the sleeper jihadist Arab cells scattered all over America. Obama and George W. Bush allowed thousands and thousands of Muslims to come into America. Friends, would you believe me if I told you that Joe Biden is a converted Muslim? He has been secretly sending videos, campaign videos, to the Muslim community alone. All of his videos are translated into Farsi, other Arabic dialects, and he has promised all sorts of things to the American jihadists. I don't need to tell you that John Brennan is an active communist jihadist. All of these people absolutely have to be taken down by President Trump after his landslide re-election. None of them can escape justice, because if we don't cut them off at the knees and deal with them now, if you don't deal with patriots in the now, you will deal with traitors. If you don't deal with traitors now, you'll have to deal with them at some time in the future. We can never afford these demonic pedophile traitors to ever rear their ugly heads again during the course of humanity. And I say at the end of this landslide, President Trump announced the complete end of the Republican Party and the end of the Democratic Party, and now we will have one party, and that is the American Party. And that the American Party, the party of we the people, will never become a socialist, globalist party. And we need to immediately get the UN out of America and get America out of the UN. I hope and pray that's the very first thing that our president does. And then right after that, he gets rid of Christopher Wray, Gina Haspel, Mark Esper, and A.G. Barr. Get his ass out of there. He's been a globalist all along, even though a soft globalist. He's done some good, but nothing compared to what he could do. So friends, it's time for a house cleaning. It's time for a cool change. And one of the things I came away from the Red Pill Expo with this year is that any of you out there that have ever considered running for office, for city council, for mayor, for governor, for any position out there, you do it. Now, my plan B, like I said, is to run for governor of Idaho. You know, I might set up a PayPal or one of those, what do you call them, the Patreon. I'm going to look into that. I might set up a Patreon account and just say, you know, anybody out there that would like to donate $1 or $2 to, I'm not declaring a run. You can't do that legally. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I may set up an account that if anybody wanted to support my YouTube channel or any of my future plans, whatever they may be, feel free to drop me $1 or $2 or whatever, because it adds up. And if I could ever get away from this censorship thing, I think I would have a lot more subscribers subscribing to my channel, my Twitter, and all that. But right now, we are fully at war with the communist, socialist, and they have taken over our First Amendment platforms, but they're not going to take our guns, and we, the patriots, are ready to do whatever we need to do to protect our God-given rights, our children, our grandchildren. I mean, I've got a new grandchild on the way that's over there in the fourth dimension, the spirit world right now, planning to come into this family. Well, I can tell you this, the one that's coming into my family is preparing for that right now and decided to come into this particular family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just keep my position. And here I was driving down the freeway and I had a car coming up behind me at about 100 miles an hour. And I don't think they saw me giving my left signal to get into the left lane, and they almost ran over me. So I pulled back quickly into the right lane, and then they slowed down and gave me the signal and said, come on over. And I said, no, I'm just going to stay over here behind this truck and keep doing what I'm doing and maintain my social distancing. Friends, I'm going to tell you something. I know you truckers, you're probably saying, amen, Brother Steve. Because my friends like Mike Goad and others out there, I got so many trucker friends that are too numerous to mention, but I love them all, both men and women. They're the backbone of America. But I can tell you, friends, that our trucker friends have seen it all. You know, they've been there, done that, got the t-shirts, and I got nothing but the utmost respect for them, because here I was just, doing my thing, very attentive of my surroundings, but little did I know that car coming up behind me was doing about 110, 120 miles an hour, and I almost got clobbered. But anyway, I didn't. I'm still here, and God's watching over me, and so I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But listen to this. So that day that I joined my daily choice HempWorx, I found out what my pedigree was, and so I rolled up my sleeves and I just said, I'm going to call all my friends and tell them about this. Well, a couple days after I joined, I found out that the company was having a contest. And they said that the person who recruited the most new people during the month of January, they would win a free trip to the Las Vegas convention in October. But not only that, they'd have free airfare, free hotel stay, and a free ticket. Well, I thought to myself, shit, this is a great contest. I wonder if I can do this. So I went crazy. And for the next month, I recruited, called up people, sent text messages, sent emails, and told everybody I knew about this amazing company and these fabulous CBD hemp products. Well, guess what? At the end of the month, I was number one in the entire company. I won the contest, and I got the free trip. But then I said, wait a minute. If I can do this 1 month, I should be able to do it the next month. So that's what I did. I was number one for February. Unfortunately, they didn't have any great contests, but I did come in number one, my first 2 months in the business. Now, why do I tell you that? I tell you that because I want you to know what's possible. If a 60-some-year-old retired Marine can be number one in the world, what's your excuse? And I always believe in leading by example. In the Marine Corps, we used to say lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. Well, I figured this is something I'm really into. I'm going to definitely be sticking with this company for the long haul. So why don't I get out here and lead by example? And a lot of you followed me, and many of you are still with me to this day in this great company. And I would say to all of you, God bless you. Thank you for being here. For those of you that have not yet checked out what I'm talking about, the links are below. You have every opportunity. Right now, the opportunity is still wide open. Somebody asked Mark Twain one time, they said, Mark, you seem like you got it together. What is the key to success in business? And Mark said, well, he said, that's easy. He said, find out where everybody's going and be the first one to get there. And that's what I've tried to do. I've tried to explain to my friends, listen, all of you hearing about this in the fall of 2020 or anytime during the year 2021, your timing is impeccable. You're hearing about this before we become $1 billion company. My Daily Choice HempWorx is destined to become $1 billion company. The question is, are you going to ride the green wave with us, or are you going to sit on the sidelines and just watch it happen? I don't know what you know about economics. Do you understand that when an economic wave comes across your desk, it might behoove you to roll up or go out and, wax up your surfboard and ride that wave or ride that tsunami to success? That's all I'm doing. It's like Morpheus. When Morpheus held out the red pill and the blue pill, he told Neo, he says, man, if you take the blue pill, you wake up in your bed and you don't remember anything. But you take that red pill and you're going to find out just how deep that rabbit hole goes. Well, I don't know what your goals are. I don't know if you like making money. But if you take that My Daily Choice HempWorx red pill, you're going to definitely go down a damn red Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. But the same thing holds true for the political knowledge that you can gain here on this site. But friends, be prepared for the election night. We know the Democrats plan to steal it. They have no desire whatsoever to give it up. Nancy Pelosi says they will be in charge. She is talking treasonous. She should be arrested immediately. She's calling for a coup. She's calling for an insurrection. She's calling for a secession. Do not be surprised. I don't think California is going to secede, because I think California is going to go red on Tuesday. I think a lot of these historically blue states are going to go completely red because the tsunami, the red tidal wave, is going to be so overwhelming, the numbers won't even matter. And that's why every single one of you, friends, you need to make that last minute push. Don't sleep much between now and Tuesday. Get out, talk to people, get on Twitter, get on Facebook. Somebody put a meme out the other day and said something about, political memes on Facebook carry no validity. They don't change anybody's opinion. I totally beg to differ with you. That is not true. I know memes make a difference, because when you see a certain sort of meme, for example, you don't have to look far to find memes about just how corrupt and just how brain dead Joe Biden really is. And that, anybody that votes for Joe Biden is casting a vote for Lucifer or the devil incarnate himself. Nobody in their right mind. But then again, we know that liberalism is in fact a mental disorder. It's a terrible mental disorder that we want to save our friends from. I had an experience at a gas station earlier today that I just got to tell y'all about before I wrap this up. Okay, so I pulled in. Now, remember, on the back of my car, on the window, it says #SaveTheChildren. And then on my bumper, it says QAnonsentme.com. And then I've got a real nice blue Trump sticker, right? All right, so I pull into this gas station, and where I was positioned, there were a lot of people pumping gas behind me that could read the back of my car. So I get out, do my credit card, start pumping, and I turn around and look, and here is this guy with Oregon tags driving a Prius, okay? A green Prius, not green, a gas-saving Prius. He's got long gray hair, and he's got it in a ponytail, and he's got round John Lennon type glasses, just like I do. I love my John Lennons. And anyway, he's standing there pumping. He's looking. He just got out of his car, and he just started looking at the back of my car. And when he catches me looking at him, he shakes his head and starts walking to the building, which means he's got to walk right across in front of me about 10 feet away. So I catch him looking at me and shaking his head like, I can't believe this freaking Trump supporting, MAGA hat wearing freak, Trump supporter kind of thing. QAnon. And so when he looks up, I catch him looking at me. Now, I was very out of character, but I said to this guy, I kind of yelled at, I said, "What's wrong, man? You don't like the QAnon conspiracy, or you don't like Trump, or both?" He starts walking, and as he's walking, he's donning his face mask. 200 feet away from the damn building where he's going in, this Oregon communist, socialist, probably a professor at Reed University. I just couldn't help myself. I said, "Oh, look at that beautiful mask." I said, "And you really believe that damn mask is doing something for you?" And he just keeps walking. He ain't even looking in my direction. But I'm still pumping gas, and I'm just saying to myself, why did you do that? And I thought, I don't know, maybe I've just reached a damn tipping point where I'm sick and tired of these leftist pedophile bastards calling me a Nazi and willing to kill me because they have been brainwashed to the point where they really think that you and I are Nazis because we wear MAGA hats and we support President Donald Trump. Well, I went and bought me 500 rounds of NATO 5.56 in the event that some straggler BLM Antifa freakazoids lose their way and decide to come into my neighborhood for whatever reason. I can assure you that I am not alone. There are a bunch of Marines, police officers, Army Rangers, you name it, in my neighborhood, and we are armed and ready for anything that should come our way. Now, we hope for the best, but we're planning for the worst, and I think that the good Lord above is blessing this undertaking by the amount of sunshine and rays that are shining down on the back of my car at this moment. Most amazing on the hashtag Save the Children. Because friends, whether you know it or not, that's what you're involved in. Because if you watch my YouTube channel and you support what I'm doing, you can't help but be one of the white hats and one of the good guys that's doing what you can to save this planet from the demons that would desire to completely destroy it and bring us to our knees and establish a communist dictatorship. This is not Trump versus Biden. This is good versus pure evil. So I'm calling on all you patriots to step forward over these next couple days. Give it your best shot. Reach out tonight by phone, call somebody, tell them you're going to send them this video, tell them to watch this retired Marine, listen carefully to what he's got to say. But if you need water, if you need toilet paper, if you need batteries, candles, some extra canned goods, you get up off that damn couch, go out tonight if you can. There's no time like the present, but you do what you got to do, and you get ready, because Tuesday's going to be the first day of the rest of our lives, and whatever happens, it's going to happen. But we are going to have a 2021 like no other. And friends, when you find out what I'm working on in the background, you're going to be proud. You're going to be glad you knew this crazy old dude, the Motley Crew. But anyway, I don't like talking big game. I believe in showing people what's going on. Talk is cheap. For those of you who know me, you know I talk to talk and walk to walk. So I'm going to keep doing it, and I'd love to have you come along. So if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, now again, this is my alternative Plan B YouTube channel, which was created primarily for my HempWorx and other entrepreneurial ventures, but I'm using it temporarily in the place of retired Marine. So go ahead and subscribe and share it far and wide, and I'll see you again as soon as I can to get you some more information. So here we have the beautiful sunlight streaming through the back window once again to confirm that the information that I've shared with you this day in this 1 hour and less than 45-minute video was information that you need to hear and that you need to share with, at a minimum, with everybody you know, love, and care about, because you're only as good as the information that you have access to at any time. Knowledge is power, but only when we understand it, and only when we come together collectively for a good cause. And the cause we have is our future children, our posterity. So God bless you all, patriots, you salt of the earth, you wonderful human beings. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'm so thankful that you could join me today on my alternative channel. And I ask you to share this video far and wide, and be sure to check out all the links in the description tag, and I'll be talking to you through another video very, very soon. Bye now. Talk to you later.